We're still working on equations. Even if it did not say solve, our equal symbol tells us it's an equation and we're going to solve. So we want to isolate the variable. This time we have a variable term on both sides. So we need to get rid of one of those x terms. It does not matter. You can either get rid of the negative 2x or the plus 3x. I'm going to get rid of the 3x. So I have to subtract a 3x from both sides. This is a good step to learn to do in your head because it's so much writing. Just make sure you do the same thing on both sides. So I did subtract 3x. And on the left, these can combine to give me a negative 5x minus 3 equals 7. Now you have a standard two-step equation. Work on the side with the x, take off anything added or subtracted. So we're going to take off this 3. It's subtracted. So to get it off, we should add. Bring your equals straight down. Also have to add on that side. What you do to one side, you must do to the other side. Clean up. On the left, we have a negative 5x equals. On the right, combine gives us 10. Go back on the side with your variable, and you need to divide out your coefficient. So you have to divide by a negative 5. Gives us x equals negative 2. This equation also has a variable on both sides. We have a y term on both sides. I'm going to subtract a 2y this time from both sides. This is a good one to do in your head. 6y minus 2y is 4y. You can easily see that, but I'll write the steps just in case you need them. This one goes out. There's your 4y. Minus 1 equals 2. Standard two-step equation. On the side with the y, get rid of the 1. It's subtracted, so you're going to add a 1 to both sides. Clean up. 4y equals 3. Your next step is divide. Go back on the side with your variable, and you're going to divide by 4. This problem is not going to divide evenly. It's giving you a fraction for an answer. It's okay to get a fraction for an answer. Reduce if it will. 3/4 will not reduce. So your answer is y equals 3/4. Our next problem is an equation which has fractions. So we want to clear those denominators out. Our first step is to find the common denominator. Looks like 8 will work for a common denominator. We're going to take the 8 and multiply it by every term on both sides. You have to do every term for it to be okay. Then we're going to clean up each piece. So for our first one, this is 8 over 1. The 8's will cancel on the diagonal. All your denominators will cancel. You picked something on purpose that they would all go into the LCD, least common denominator. So that one gives us just x. In our next little group, we're going to divide 2 into 8. We'll go 4 times. 4 times 1 is 4. And our last one, 4 will go into 8 2 times. 2 times 9 is 18. Now we have a simple equation, one step. We want to subtract the 4 from both sides. Gives us x equals 14. So the key is here. If you have an equation with fractions, clear the fraction. Pick the LCD, multiply by it on the top so that all your denominators will divide into it. We have one more equation that has a fraction, and it doesn't matter if there's only one fraction. You're still going to use the same rules. So our LCD here will be 4. These are both over 1. We're going to multiply across by 4. So we want to do every term times 4. And then we'll clean up. In our first term, the 4's are going to cancel. Leaves us 7x. In the next one, there's nothing to cancel, just multiply. 4 times 3 is 12. And 4 times 5 is 20 on the other side. Now, you want to isolate your x. It's a two-step equation. So you're going to take off your 12. It's subtracted, so you're going to add. When you add it on the left, it's gone. Add it on the right. 20 plus 12 is 32. Go back on the side with your variable, and you're going to divide out the 7. Our 7 divides out. It says x equals. We're just going to leave this 32 over 7. It does not divide evenly. We do not want to go to a mixed number. We'd rather have one piece. Our next equation just has some simplifying. That's the extra part. So on the left-hand side, you can combine those like terms. As long as you stay on one side, you can combine. So 5y plus 4y gives us 9y. Minus 9 equals 15 plus y. We have a variable on both sides, so we should get rid of one of them. I'm going to choose to get rid of the plus y. So I'll subtract a y from both sides. 9y minus 1y is going to give me an 8y. It's fine to write the 8y if you are at that point. Write as many steps as you need. Basically, one thought process per line. Now we're down to a two-step equation. On the side with the y, take off your 9. It's subtracted, so you're going to add a 9 to both sides. So we have 8y equals 24. Back on this side with the y, divide out the 8. So we get y equals 3. For number 37, we still have an equation. This one has more simplifying on it. So on the left, we want the parentheses off. Remember, go up through the sign. So that's going to give us a minus 3x and a plus 10. Parentheses comes off. And we still have simplifying on the left-hand side. The 16 and the 10 can go together. I have to rewrite this anyway, so I would rather have my x first. And now it is a standard two-step equation. So we're going to get rid of the 26. It's added, so we're going to take it away from both sides. Gives us negative 3x. Different signs over here. Subtract. Sign of the larger. And go back on your side with your variable. You're going to have to divide by a negative 3. So we have x equals 2 negatives with division will give us a positive. 3 into 21 will go 7. More simplifying on problem 38. So on the left-hand side of the equals, we will distribute the 3 to our parentheses. And that gives us 3 times 3x will be 9x. 3 times 1 plus 3. Parentheses comes off. On the other side, we will also distribute to the parentheses. 3 times 2x will be 6x. 3 times 7, 21. Parentheses comes off. Staying on that side, you still have some like terms. 6x minus 3x will give us a 3x on that side. And now you have an equation with a variable on both sides. So we're ready to get rid of an x term. I'm going to choose to get rid of the 3x. So I'm going to subtract the 3x from both sides. I'm just going to go ahead and do it this time. 9x minus 3x is 6x plus 3 equals 21. Now you have a two-step equation. Go on the side with your variable, and our 3 is added, so we're going to take it away. So we're going to take it away from both sides. When we take it away here, it is gone. 21 minus 3 will give us 18. Back on this side with the variable, you're ready to divide by 6. And so you have x equals 3. We'll do one last equation. This one has a lot of simplifying on the left. And so inside our brackets, we distribute just the negative. Remember, you never go past the sign. So we're going to have a negative 2x minus 3. Parentheses comes off, but not the bracket. Inside the bracket, put your x terms together. This will give us a negative x minus 3. You still have the bracket. And then distribute your 6. So we have a negative 6x minus 18. Bracket comes off. The other side, there was no simplifying to do, so we're just going to bring it all the way down. Now, we have x terms on both sides. You want to get rid of an x term. I'm going to take the 5x off. So it's a minus 5x. So I'm going to have to do plus 5x to make that cancel. So if I do a plus 5x here, negative 6 plus 5x, it's going to leave me a negative 1x or negative x. And when I did the plus 5x here, it cancels out. Right, now we're going to work on this side with the variable. Take off your 18. Subtract it, so you're going to add. When you add it here, it's gone. 8 plus 18 will give us 26. This one you're not finished. You're not allowed to leave a negative x, so you're going to have to divide out that coefficient, which is a negative 1 on both sides, and that will leave you x equals a negative 26.